Ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders and investors, welcome to the Basic Black Trading channel. We have a lot to talk about this week. Lots happened. It's been an incredible rebound. As you can see here, we're looking at the SPY representing the S&P 500. And here we go. The year starts right here. And we had a pullback. And now stocks have been shooting up and actually made an all-time high today of 610.78. So stocks are soaring back. We're going to talk about the drivers. Now let's talk about the relative strength of the US dollar. Okay, it has dropped to 107.50. Okay, it was much higher. We were at one point, close to like 109, but the 10-year yield as well has come down to 4.63, and these are the drivers help bringing it down. Oil, by the way, has been coming down. It touched $80 a couple days ago. It's down to $74.60 per barrel for WTI crude. So that's pretty interesting. And before we go further, I just want to quick ask you to please support our channel. Subscribe to the channel where our goal is 100 subscribers. Click the like button, helps get it out there. Also, please comment on these videos. That also, the algorithms pick it up and helps get the video out there. So I want to thank you for that. Again, please comment. So here's the SPY. It just took off from January 13th. Way up. We were in this downtrend here. Well, it passed that, so we're going to get rid of that. So again, the new year starts right here. It went up, came down, now we're back up. What I would like to see is a pullback to about 600. We're going to put that right here. If we want to see this market continue higher, a pullback right about here would be nice. Okay, $600. A pullback, March, test this level, and then break higher. That's for it to continue up. That's what we're going to be looking for. Let's go to the QQQ representing the NASDAQ. They're a little weaker here. Okay, here's the year to date right here. This is the new year. We did break all highs. New highs were made middle of December. Then it sold off. You expect some profit taking. The year started out right here, had a pull up, pull back, back up. So they did not make new highs like the S&P 500 did, but they're close. But it is a laggard slightly. And there's a lot of big development news with Trump supporting a $500 billion worth of AI investments from private companies. He will deregulate it. He wants to demand lower interest rates, which really is not good for our buying power, okay, for the average, you and me. It weakens our purchasing power. So we need high rates like this, okay? But anyhow, let's go to the Magnificent Seven, which apparently is driving the whole NASDAQ. We'll go to Tesla here. And Tesla is still holding nicely. Here's the new year. It is going below this support here we drew of 414. Okay, did that in the past 2 days right here. So the next support line we would look for would be 402. But it could easily go down to 384. If it holds this, it's going to need that to continue if it's going to go up higher. So Tesla's, they're holding their mark. They're doing good so far. Take a look at the other ones here. Okay, Apple. Apple's weak. They're coming down, as you can see here. It is weak. Microsoft, though, they're part of that AI investment. Oracle, Microsoft, and I forget who else. So they really shot up with that news. Okay. They still need to do a little better as far as, their all-time high is 468, but they've definitely improved. And it's looking good for Microsoft. The earnings are coming out, on the 29th. So that'll be interesting. Google did make an all-new high just earlier in the week of 203, but they're back below this range, so they need to hold. They need to stay in this range, maybe 192 to 202, no lower than 183 if they're going to move up. They're way above the moving averages here. Here's the 200-day, 50-day, 20-day. Amazon, look at that. They are trucking away today. They made an all-new high of 236. Broke the old high of 234. They stayed in this range, as I suggested. If they're going to make when their other high was over here, they need to stay above 215 if they're going to make a leg higher. And sure enough, look at that. Beautiful play. They really shot up fast too. Look at that. Okay. So Amazon's marching above their averages. Again, they need to hold. If they can hold 233 as a new support line, that would be nice for a leg higher. But they could move down. It could give a 50% retracement somewhere about here. Meta. Look at this. All new high today, 652. And their old high was right here, this gray line, which we'll make green right now, which seems to be where they need to hold as support. If they're going to continue up, they're going to need to hold this range. But so far, they're doing well. They've been holding it up. Look at that for the past month. NVIDIA, here, let me make this larger for you so you can see it. NVIDIA, they got earnings coming out soon too. Well, everybody does. So again, here's the new year was over here. They did hit a high of 153, or they tested the high, actually, I should say. Oh no, that is the high. It tested it over here. Well, let's make this shorter. It doesn't have to be so long. Really, the new high was over there. Oh, what happened there? Okay. I see what we did. Let's move this over. There we go. Okay, 153.13 was basically their new high, and they had to beat 153. Okay, and it did that. So let's see if what's going to happen with that. Earnings are coming out. It's going to be volatile. They're staying in this range. It's volatile down to 127 to 153. The average was about 131 to up to about 145. So you could have day traded these or swing traded that range. But nevertheless, they are trucking right along, especially with that new AI update. They're going to need more chips if they're going to build more data centers. So that's NVIDIA for you. Let me show you something really interesting. Palantir has been ripping. Okay. Okay, the New Year's right here. Their high was 184. Resistance is about 182. They pulled back and rallied straight back up. Now today, they actually tested that resistance area nicely. In fact, I think resistance was more, I would say more, no, it was 182. Because if we go to after hours, okay, you can see where they were, these here, this is a 6-hour chart, so it shows that range that are not during market hours. So it actually tested that really nice. It tested here, 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 exceeded it, but couldn't hold it. Lost it here, sold off, came back, tested almost right to the penny. So that's interesting. I would think, see, it's holding this area. It really, I'm going to draw a little support line here. If we're going to move the leg higher, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 50% retracement from here, from 70 to 82. So I'm going to say, roughly, if it can hold this range, we're going to look at the candles and the wicks. I'm thinking right around 175.50. Okay. If it can hold 175.50 for support, for potential leg higher. So we'll make this green. The Palantir has been very impressive. Let's move right on. Oil, by the way. Let's take a look at Oxy Petroleum. They looking weak. I guess, well, when prices were going up to $80, it shot up here to to roughly $53. Now oil's pulling back to $74.50 a barrel. We're below this $50 mark. Okay, the all-time low here was 45. So 49.27. Not a bad entry if you're looking for a position possibly, because this is a nice range here between, well, you got $50 to $52, maybe 53. But we'll have to see. I'd rather just keep an eye on it right now or start with a small position and build into it if needed. Because they do give a dividend here. Let's take a quick look. 1.63, it's kind of small. But it's something, but I like them to be at least 4%. 5% even. 6%. Anyhow, let's continue forward here. Anything else we want? Intel, by the way, there was news that they might be bought out. Let's go back to the daily chart. There was news that they may be bought out by another company of interest, so it popped up here. Okay, it gapped up, and that's probably just the news. Now they're selling the news. It's fizzling, so it's coming back down. They're pretty weak. You know what's a big gainer here is Netflix. Netflix has been ripping. Look, we drew this uptrend. It accelerated the uptrend. Here's the new year. Earnings came out, was very good. It was a beat, and their forward guidance was excellent. Increasing memberships, increasing prices, shot up to $9.99. Now it's at $9.77. But I mean, it gapped up when it closed here at $870 and almost $1,000. So that's pretty impressive. They've really been ripping it hard. Anything else to take a look at here? Silver, just kind of holding this range here between $29 and $26. Not much more to talk about here. Boeing, they're just kind of trucking along here. ARM was pretty good, again, with this AI, their AI-driven software company. And again, they shot up on this news really nice. Look at that one candle, one day. 160 to closing at 180. Boy, that would have been a nice day trade. Anyhow, that's about it right now for the markets. The VIX is kind of low, the volatility in the markets. That's a 14.85. Other than that, I'll keep you posted. And stay safe and have a great weekend.